After months of anticipation and some world building in Batman v Superman along with the Justice League, the AQUAMAN'S solo movie has finally arrived. Filled to the brim with action, sea creatures, and Jason Momoa tearing up the screen, there's plenty to love about the movie. But there are a few things that make no sense, and we just cannot ignore them. Let's take a deep dive into the film, and well beyond just how Aquaman somehow has body odor underwater. Quick warning, there will be major spoilers. Black Manta's father. One of the characters many fans were excited to see on the big screen was Aquaman baddie Black Manta, aka David Kane. James Wan didn't disappoint with some great costume designs and true effort to honor the original character. The journey to the final Black Manta design was a little confusing though. Black Manta's anger stems from the fact that Aquaman refused to help his father. First off, Aquaman's decision not to help makes little sense considering he knows the deep pain he has for losing his own mother. On the other hand, David Kane expected Aquaman to help after his father literally attempted to murder Arthur by blasting him directly in the chest with an explosive. It's pretty understanding why Aquaman would want to dodge out of there, but as a hero who saved countless others, you would think he'd have a slight bit of compassion for losing parents. A key theme in the movie is his struggle to grow up without a mother and the feelings he has to deal with knowing she's been missing or dead. Still reeling from his father's death, David then receives some Atlantean battle gear from Orm. He sees the power of the gear when blasting a huge cliffside, and then decides to experiment with the technology. How would he know what to do with this newfound tech? And why would he want to upgrade it anyway? He just blasted the side of a cliff. We're pretty sure that was enough power. Maybe just the black spray paint would have been enough. ATLANNA'S survival. The story of Arthur Curry and Aquaman is truly a story about the love his parents had as two worlds collided and a child was born out of love. When Arthur is just a boy, Atlanna is forced back to the sea by the leaders of Atlantis, and she disappears for a number of years before Arthur discovers her in a hidden portal near the center of the Earth. While seeing the mother and son reunite was a great moment, we still have a lot of questions about her disappearance. And when Atlanna is discovered, no one really questions her time on the island. How did she attempt to grab the trident and survive? The Carathan makes it pretty clear that anyone who attempts to go after the trident will meet imminent death. Yet Atlanna claims she's attempted multiple times and doesn't have a scratch on her. After a couple of other guys died, wouldn't she convince someone to stay and keep her company? And how did she craft that crazy suit based off the trench monsters? And a quick side note, what's in the water down there? Because her perfect skin and groomed hair look the same as she did when she first left Maine years earlier. The map to the trident. Aquaman turned out to be a worldwide adventure as Arthur and Mera seek out the lost trident of Atlan. But let's face it, their journey is a little ridiculous. Things kick off in the Sahara Desert, where they travel deep into a mine Indiana Jones style by going down a giant slide. Mera then tries to romantically remove sweat from Arthur's forehead to activate the hidden treasure map. And what do they discover? A vague message you'd have to write down to remember and an antique glass bottle. So now Aquaman and Mera have to travel the globe with an extremely fragile glass bottle which, if it cracks, chips, or shatters, will completely remove any chance at retrieving the trident. Things get even more ridiculous in Sicily when they discover a group of statues. The glass bottle must be placed in the hand of a statue, and Aquaman must look through the opening to reveal the map. Considering the changes in ocean levels, erosion, tides, and plate movements of the Earth, we're pretty sure the map wouldn't be as accurate as it intended. And what if the statue was torn down or moved to a museum? It was just a little too convenient how everything worked out on their journey. Attacking the human world. In Aquaman, Orm's main goal is to unite the underwater kingdoms and become the Ocean Master. Not only is the concept of the kingdoms and their laws confusing enough as it is, but Orm has plenty of manpower, or should we say sea power, from Atlantis alone, never needing the Ocean Master title in the first place. So Orm plans to attack the humans and lay waste to the race who pollutes the waters. His first action? Sending massive tidal waves across the globe. It's an impressive move and makes its way across multiple headlines, along with nearly killing Arthur's father in the process. But what exactly do the humans do after these events? There is literally no follow-up to the movie besides a quick speculative news snippet. The Coast Guard isn't searching for Atlantis, additional submarines don't seek out the source of the power, and Orm does nothing to threaten the humans again. His status as a threatening villain is really in question when he's all talk with very little action. At least some conflict with humans could have a big difference. Instead, we just got a bunch of giant waves, and several of them on uninhabited coasts. We didn't have to go into Sharknado territory, but one more warning attack would have made the threat feel more real. Aquaman getting trained and becoming king. Arthur Curry gets abandoned by his mother. We know he eventually transforms into the aquatic hero Aquaman, and the movie finally shows us some of his journey. Arthur was actually mentored by Vulko, one of Atlanna's trusted advisors from Atlantis. Vulko often visits the land to train Arthur, but how exactly did he get away from other leaders for so long? How did he know where to find Arthur? Why did he lie about his mother's disappearance? The whole training was shown but never really explained. He was told they would never accept him as a half-human, but he never went to Atlantis to see for himself, or let others give him a chance. Also, Vulko trained Arthur in combat, but nothing about being a king or leader. Other than being the son of the queen and defeating Orm, he has no qualifications to be the king of Atlantis. He's barely spent more than a single night there. Also, we have no idea about his leadership skills. Just a few years ago, he was taking orders from Batman. Since Atlanna was found alive, she should have returned to the throne until her son understood the leadership position in Atlantis. The Justice League. In a perfect world, Aquaman could have felt like a spin-off / semi-sequel to Justice League. Unfortunately, Justice League was poorly received, the DCEU was sent into panic mode, and Aquaman was pretty much a standalone film. The movie could have went two ways: fully embracing the events of Justice League, or completely ignoring them and rewriting the Aquaman cinematic history. So what did the movie do? Well, neither of them really. Seeing how Justice League featured a whole lot of Aquaman, you would think the film would at least name-drop someone like Bruce Wayne or Clark Kent. Nope. Aquaman pretty much ignores his own adventures and the time he spent battling across the globe. Cyborg could have at least sent him an email or something. Okay, we get it. You want us all to forget about Justice League and allow Aquaman to move on. Wait, did Mera just mention Steppenwolf? Considering how many elements were completely rewritten for this movie, why would they even bother mentioning Steppenwolf? It's an odd Easter egg and slight tease of Justice League without any actual follow-up. The film should have just ignored Justice League altogether. Aquaman could easily team up with some heroes in the future, but it's probably best to forget about the past. Mera's line should have been left on the cutting room floor. Mera eats roses. Before the events of Aquaman, Mera has not spent any time out of the sea or her home of Atlantis. It's quite a culture shock to the character for her to experience the Sahara Desert and other worldwide locations like Sicily. Even still, one of the scenes played for laughs was when Mera eats a rose and confuses it for food. Okay, we get the comedy premise, but she's not an alien. There's plenty of plant life underwater, including plants that look like flowers and seagrass. There's no way she would mistake a bundle of roses as something you eat. Plus, as the daughter of a king, Mera would know the history of Atlantis. We imagine before the city was sunk into the sea, they had plenty of flowers and plant life. Knowing the history of her people, seeing paintings or drawings would reveal as much. It's pretty disappointing to take an intelligent and strong leader and dumb her down for a random joke about eating flowers. There would be plenty of other ways to showcase her not being used to the real world. Maybe walking out of water, walking on sand, or seeing a weird desert creature like a camel. The possibilities are endless, and eating a rose shouldn't have been one of those options. The kid who communicates with animals. In Aquaman, we see a lot of flashbacks of Arthur Curry as a child. One of the earliest is a school field trip to the aquarium, one often seen in the majority of the Aquaman trailers. After seeing the full scene, some of the elements don't make much sense. Arthur clearly shows his ability to communicate with animals, especially the great white shark in the tank. Many adults, including his own teacher, witness this, but there's no follow-up. He's not investigated, experimented on, or evaluated to see how this type of animal communication actually works. It all seems to be shrugged off and ignored. The Curry family would be under constant scrutiny, and Arthur would pretty much be forced into hiding like his mother. Aquaman's final battle. After starting their battle in the middle of the movie, you knew the final fight would pit Orm and Arthur against each other in a battle of bros. After retrieving the Trident of Atlan, Arthur triumphantly returns to Atlantis and showcases some of his newfound abilities. With his expanded animal communication powers, he was able to make the saddled sharks turn on their riders and effectively take down the whole cavalry. One question: why didn't he use those same skills to get Orm off of his water beast? It would have saved a lot of time and effort as they chased each other through the water. He could have guided Orm directly to the surface for their final battle. And once the final battle did begin, we were ready to see Arthur combat with Orm, punch for punch. And oddly, Arthur just stood there spinning the trident around, kind of just showing off before he easily defeated Orm and shattered his trident to pieces. Why did Orm not try to take out his brother with a quick shot while he was spinning his own trident around and essentially goofing off? Even with so many questions and problems, Aquaman was still a fun ride. Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Screen Rant on YouTube so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.